Alright, so today I'm doing 1.06. I already re-rolled my map. I'm going to put this here so that I remember it. And by remember it, I mean it will be easy for me to look back up uh, when I'm making the title for this video so that I can put 330 out of 522. I'm not going to do a full clear of Act 4 because, as I've said before, I don't really like doing it, and also uh, I don't really want to make this long. Um, I think when I did the full clear, I think it was 45 minutes or so, and I would like to go to sleep, but I also want to at least try to continue uploading as much as possible, one video every day, not just for the sake of the YouTube number go up simulator, but also for the sake of slowly but surely getting closer to my Diablo 2 goals. Or perhaps I should say goal, which is the druid. I might make a video that could be interesting. Just like a breakdown of what I want the druid to be. Kind of like idealized versions of his gear. Not necessarily using Hero Editor, but using like an online item generator tool, or even just a text document. Oh, okay, there's the third type. One thing that can be nice about Isual spawning close when you're trying to do the Souls ritual is it makes a big open patch of no monsters to lure 4 souls to without them being interfered by other monsters. And it also means that any monsters that followed you from the City of the Damned will be dead and not interfering with your attempts. Okay, so there's at least one. Dang, there's a bunch of them. It's too many. Okay, I see 4 on my screen. You need to come over here, please. Okay, I think I have 4. I have noticed, or at least I feel like I've noticed, that when I put effort into making the screenshot, um, the impression to click through rate increases. So I'll probably continue doing that. I have no real interest in making clickbait, but it could at least be something other than like the save load screen, like when I first started, or like this. That's I think I have a couple videos where this is the thumbnail. Uh, and people don't really click on that apparently. And I guess I can't really blame them. I did again today the milk with cream. This time I used whipping cream instead of heavy cream. I don't know what the difference is. But I noticed the other day at work when I did the milk and cream for dinner. I had a lot of energy the next day, and I don't know if there was causation or if it was just I had energy that day. Um, so I'm trying it again, and we'll see what happens. In the past year and a half, I've lost 62 pounds, and one would think that by getting a manual labor job, the weight loss would increase. But actually, I have completely stopped losing weight because I'm no longer watching what I'm eating. I'm just buying what looks uh, convenient and filling. So, like tins of peanuts or half gallons of milk or um, I think those are the big heavy hitter calorie things that I've been eating. Oh yeah, for a while I was eating a lot of pork rinds because it's one of the few things at the corner store that I can eat. Um, but I have stopped eating those because I think there's not really much nutrition value in them. And I do like the idea of eating foods that have lots of nutrition. Um, not that I think milk is like super nutritious or whatever, but some cheese can be. I eat blocks of cheese, literally just like eating blocks of cheese. I've been eating lots of apples and bananas. And when I start actually cooking again, which I think will be soon, as I've said in many times, my energy levels are slowly improving as I get better at my work. Um, Even though the days are still just as long, if not longer. Um, I'll start like cooking prepared food on the weekend for the week, and then I'll be making some sort of probably tuna salad. Except instead of tuna, I like to use canned mackerel. Um, because it's cheaper per ounce. Also, the mackerel and the salmon, which I don't buy the canned salmon, it's expensive, have the bones in it, and so they give more calcium and probably other stuff. Uh, and I'm not like trying to tell other people what they should eat or shouldn't eat. Oh, your food has no nutrition. Da, da, da. I just like the idea of believing that my food has high nutritional value. Peanuts are kind of for me, whether they qualify for that. Um, I think I would say they qualify, but not to the extent that I should eat a 12-ounce jar just like as a meal. Uh, it's also way too much fat for my digestive system to handle. Like when I was eating peanuts and pork rinds every day, uh, it was way too much fat. Uh, so my gallbladder and my liver were probably like, "What are you doing? Stop it!" And I could tell they were not happy. So anyway, that's probably enough food for this video. Since I didn't really... Oh, I bought a flank steak on Markdown and found out that flank steak is kind of tough. I don't think I've ever had it before, and so I probably won't buy it again. I don't like eating tough cuts of beef because then I'll have like my teeth will hurt the next day if I chewed too much, and it's unpleasant. Like just like aching. What do I need? Apparently I need healing potions. Why did I talk to you? Habit? Probably. Oh, right, town portals. One more. I haven't really looked at the mealworms. I gave them, since I split them into two buckets, I added a piece of banana peel to each bucket. I think one of the buckets has too much moisture because I'm starting to see condensation on the lid. Um, and the lid is not like pressed on, it's just kind of like sitting on top.
Good to see you. What you need?
I think that's pretty much it for the mealworm update. Uh, I could tell you about the time that I was hospitalized as a teenager, uh, I suppose. Maybe. Let me see if I think of something else. That one, it's kind of long and I could talk about it for a while. It has like backstory and everything. Um, did I mention the blackberries this year? I went and picked the blackberries. And perhaps on Sunday this week, I might go check in the wilderness area nearby for, I'm not sure. They have mayhaw trees, but like I'm not certain that that's what they are. So last year I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go look at them. And then it got hot, and I was like, yeah, never mind. I don't want to go out in the heat. But now I'm out in the heat every day, so I don't care about the heat anymore. So I can go look and see if they're mayhaws. And if they are, then I will pick wild mayhaws this year. The blackberries I only went picking once, and then, then I started working and I was tired all the time. And then by the time I had enough energy to try again, the blackberry season was over here. Um, so like the second time I went, I literally got a single handful of blackberries in like 30 minutes. So not ideal. I got an SOJ here. I am collecting SOJ as well to roll rares. I would probably try to roll um, what's it called? 1.08 joules
Hi there.
using the SOJ. Oh, hey, cool. The SOJ plus Perfect Skull plus rare item recipe. I still have to figure out how to get 1.08 working either on this computer or another one. One thing that I could do, if worse comes to worse, is take my entire Diablo 2 directory and compress it to a zip file, either .zip or .rar, and then reinstall with the 1.08 patch. So like install the 1.07 CD that I have, and then get the like official Blizzard patch for 1.08 and run it. That would probably let me run the game. Otherwise, I might see if I can get it working on my one of my old junk laptops, but like I said, that would be a super janky setup because it's too slow to play the game while running OBS. And so I would be like taking video of my laptop screen with a webcam. Uh, and, I'm okay with that, but it is a bit janky, so not ideal. Hmm. Was hospitalized? Oh yeah, when I was hospitalized as an adult, it's because I had my appendix out. Uh, so that was interesting. Like, I had been anticipating appendicitis for a very long time because it kind of runs in my family. Uh, and so, like, every time I got a weird stomach ache, I'd be like, is this appendicitis? Like the guy holding his hand out to the butterfly meme. Like, weird stomach ache. Is this appendicitis? And this time, when I had it, like the weird stomach ache and then other symptoms, I looked up, like, probably on WebMD or something, like the most common symptoms of appendicitis. And, it listed, I think it listed like 10 of the most common symptoms of appendicitis. And I had 9 of them. And so I started, it was like 4 a.m. because I worked night shift at the time and it was a day off. And so I started, driving over to the 24-hour clinic, uh, naively thinking that they would be able to perform surgery there. Yeah, that was not the case. And so I went to the 24-hour clinic, and on the drive to the clinic, I started experiencing the 10th of 10 common symptoms for appendicitis. And so when I went in, I was the only patient at 4 a.m. And the person behind the desk was like, hello, what are you here for? Da, da, da. And get signed in. I was like, oh, I'm having an appendicitis. Okay, well, go ahead and fill out this form and write down what your symptoms are, and we'll have a doctor come look at you. And so I did. I wrote down my information on the form. I had health insurance at the time, so I included that. And then they had the doctor come look at me. The doctor did not think that I had appendicitis because most people who come in saying I'm having an appendicitis are not correct. So he tested first for kidney stones, which is apparently a relatively simple test. Um, and I did not have kidney stones. And so then did they do a urine sample maybe? I can't remember. They did something else and determined that yes, we do think that you're having an appendicitis. And so we're going to send you to the hospital. It's like, oh, well, if I'd done that, I would have just gone straight to the hospital instead of the clinic to reduce the total number of bills that would be forthcoming. To my European viewers, I am an American, so I get bills when I go to the doctor. Uh, I wonder. I have Australian viewers. I don't know how it works in Australia. Let's see. That's one rare ring here.
Good to
Um,
see you.
anyway, so I asked the doctor. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna call an ambulance and have you taken down the road to the hospital." And so I was like, "Hey, can't I just drive myself?" No, we can't let you drive yourself
What you need?
because if something happens on the drive over and your appendix bursts, or even if you just like get in a wreck for no reason at all, then the doctor is liable uh, because he released me knowing that I was sick. And so I asked him, okay, if I make a run for it to go to my van and drive myself, will you stop me? Yes, we would subdue you and then uh, compel you to ride the ambulance. And the reason that I did not want to ride the ambulance is because the ambulance is expensive and not covered by health insurance. Um, so I took an $1,800 Uber a mile and a half down the road, that Uber being my ambulance ride, uh, to the hospital where they did some more tests to confirm, yes, in fact, you are having an appendicitis, which I already knew. And same, no, not same day. Or was it same day? Yeah, because I went in at 4 in the morning to the ER, and then I was the last surgery that night. The operating room was actually closed, and they reopened it to get my surgery so that they could take it out before it burst. So it did not burst, but it was diseased. Um, and I was, as an adult, I was a much better patient than I was as a teenager. Uh, good spirits and like uh, no complaining and stuff. So, and then I was released from the hospital the following morning. So, one night stay. And after insurance covered their part, I owed, it all came up to about $12,000, including the ambulance, to get my appendix out. When I got one of the bills for the operating room, I found it kind of interesting. There was like line items for the amount of time spent in the operating room, and there was a line for, I think there was a line for 15 minutes, and then there was a line for 5 minutes, and then there were like 3 lines for 1 minute. And so they charged by the minute in the operating room. And while I was in there, apparently I had hernias that I didn't know about.
Good day.
And so part of that $12,000 was 3 hernia repairs. Uh, so that was cool, I guess. Otherwise, I would probably still have those hernias today and still not know about them. Okay, so that's good. Let's see, Sapphire. And I got a SOJ, so I'm gonna have to mule, and I only got 1 ring today, bringing my total to 331.
Welcome to the desert rain.
Oh, I need to gamble to get rid of some of this money. So I'll do that for a couple minutes.
Greetings.
Trying to think if anything else interesting happened during that ordeal. Oh yeah, I went in.
Hi there.
I went into work the next day. Like I had my mom bring me in to bring in a doctor's note to say that I had just had surgery. Actually, I don't know.
Hello.
I don't think it did say that I had surgery. It was just like, Doctor so and so, this person is not to work 2 weeks with
Welcome to
no
the desert
details.
rain.
But I had already called in and told them, hey, I'm having an appendicitis. I'm not coming into work today. And the guy, the guy that I called into was
Hello.
I'll say he's pretty uneducated and did not know what an appendicitis is. And so he's like, "What's that? Is that, is that bad?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to go have surgery." Oh,
Welcome to the desert
okay.
rain.
Well, I hope you feel better.
Good day.
Do you know how long you're gonna have to be off? Yeah, probably 2 weeks. And
What you need?
sucks to be my coworkers at the time. I was working at a grocery store
Hi there.
as a night stalker. I'll go ahead and grab these boots. Why not? Fastest hit recovery, fastest run walk. It'd be cool if it had some other stuff on it. That's enough spending of the gold, I think. Maybe one more. One more try.
Good day.
Gamba. Alright. That's good. See y'all tomorrow.